Thanks for taking the time to participate in our study. I'm Steph, this is Ika, this is Lisa, and today I'll be moderating the focus group. The purpose of this research is to better understand college students' general attitude towards wearable technology. Ideally, the results of our research will help us better understand what consumers want so we can make products to fit their preferences. We are videotaping this beautiful session only so that we can more easily produce a written transcript of the discussion. Please turn off your phone, sir. Everything you say here will be kept confidential. We will not identify you by name in this transcript of the meeting or in our research reports. Before we start the discussion, there are a few rules to follow. First, it is important that we hear from everyone. I'd like to ask that you try to be aware of how much you're talking and make sure that you're also giving others a chance. So try not to cut each other off and interrupt. I may at times suggest that we move on to someone else so that we can use a little time that we have efficiently. Before we start the questions, let's go around the room and briefly introduce ourselves. I'll start. I'm Steph. I'm a marketing student. I'm a senior, and I'm your moderator.
I'm Anthony. I'm a junior in mechanical engineering.
Okay.
I'm Dominic. I'm a senior in marketing finance.
I'm Grace. I'm a senior studying psychology.
I'm Merdad. I'm a PhD student.
I'm Dylan. I'm a senior. I'm a history major.
I'm Lauren. I'm a senior in nursing.
I'm Katie, senior in nursing.
I'm Jasmine, a junior in social welfare and justice.
Okay. Now that we have met everyone, let's get started. So, wearable technology, how are you guys familiar with it? What are your initial perceptions about it? Specifically fitness brands, smartwatches, anything that you can put on your body that has some form of technology. So,
Well, I own a Moto 360. I think it was really weird because I never worn a watch before, but once I got used to it, I thought it was really cool to be able to look at my watch and see who texted me versus just knowing that someone texted me.
mm-hmm.
So it's been really convenient, even though it only saves like a second of time. But well, the other times where like your hands are full and you can just, versus putting something down and reaching in your
So
pocket.
it's super convenient for you.
Very convenient.
Cool.
I think the athletic parts of it, like a Fitband, are pretty cool, where they can keep track of like your sleeping and all the activity throughout the day. But I'm a little hesitant of like the Google Glass, where it can be recording and no one has any idea that that's going on. So
And Fitbands what do you know about them?
basically, they can measure like your heart rate throughout the day and your daily activity levels and your sleep cycles. So.
I don't know. I guess they're pretty cool. I don't really know that much about them. I didn't even know that texting thing that Anthony just talked about. So, but I just heard pretty much, it'll like track your steps and your heart rate and that stuff. And I think that's pretty cool to be able to see that at like the end of the day, especially if you're like super active and like just wondering how far you walk just on a daily basis, like going to campus or something.
Yeah, I personally don't use anything on my body,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I would be interested to give it a try.
So is your overall perception of it like positive or negative?
It would be positive.
Mhm.
I would like to try it.
Okay.
I don't know too much about it. I mean, I hear it through the news and the media and through other friends who have devices, but I don't know, I guess my perception is positive, but I'm also worried, like Dom said, about security things with it.
Yeah, I don't really know that too much about it either. Like, I don't even know what that thing is. Like, not that great with technology, so I feel like I would not do well with it. It would just more upset me than anything. But I kind of know about the Fitbands. I think I would be like most interested in like that kind, if anything.
Yeah, I like the Fitbit just because it tracks your steps and like miles you go. But this is the pretty basic one. It doesn't do like heart rate or anything like that. It's just like steps, and I like it. I don't keep up with it a lot, but I like it.
I never heard of it before now, so I don't really have any input.
From hearing things, what do you think?
It sounds cool, like that thing looks pretty cool. I don't know what it is really, but at the same time, it's just like a lot of technology for me. And like her, I don't really, not really good with technology, so I don't know if I could handle it.
Okay, so like when you guys hear these terms and stuff like smartwatches, fitness brands, Fitbits, what brands come to mind? What brands do you think would, like, what pops up into your head when you hear those words?
Well, all the manufacturers. I mean, Motorola has one, Samsung has one, LG has one. I think there's a couple other ones, but those are probably the first three that came to the market. Well, Apple has one too. It's not out yet, but it'll be out soon.
Right, it's coming out.
Next year, yeah.
Do you guys have any like companies that pop up into your mind when you think of wearable technology?
Aren't the Fitbands usually like Nike or like a sports? Like I don't know if that's necessarily the same thing as like that, but they have like their brand on it right now.
Okay. So people who have wearable technology, can you talk about your products and what they do? I know you like briefly talked about it, but
Like what else it does?
yeah, like what brand is it? What special features does it have? And are you satisfied overall with it?
Well, this is the Moto 360. Yeah, basically what it does, it puts a lot of notifications on your wrists, wrist. So like you can see what text messages, you can respond to them. I mean, I can swipe over and press respond, and it responds with my voice, and then I'll record it, and then
Okay.
I'll send it off. I can ask like, okay Google, and then be like, take me home. Oh, and be like, take me home. I don't know what to say. And then I can like set up like navigation stuff, and then have that hook into my phone right away,
Okay.
and then I can navigate, take me home. So there's a lot of cool things. Android Wear is a new technology. It's a new platform, so there's some bugs here and there, like playing music. It can just pause randomly,
Okay.
but it's fine. Early adopter. If you're an early adopter, that's what you deal with. But
Right.
it's still pretty cool.
So overall, you're pretty like
Yeah, I mean like yeah.
Okay.
It's not polished by any means, but it's getting there.
okay.
I have a question about that. Is that like completely like synced with your phone?
Yeah, it's by Bluetooth.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, if this thing dies, this thing is a watch, and that's it. But
Okay.
And how about your Fitbit?
This is the Fitbit. It connects through Bluetooth to an app on my phone, and you can like turn it to sleep mode, and then it records when you are asleep. And then if you like move around too much, then it like notes that and tells you how many times you do that. And then it tracks your steps, calories, and then miles you've went, and then you can like log different activities you want in there. And then also it does like it's like a silent alarm, so it'll like vibrate, and sometimes if I don't hear my phone alarm, then this wakes me up, but
Okay.
I like it. I don't sync it as much on my phone as I did like over the summer when I had more time, but I still do every once in a while.
Okay. So then for the guys who've been like listening, what are you guys' impressions of wearable tech? And why do you feel like that?
I mean, it just seems like an accessory. Like he said, it's nice that you can do all those things, but I can accomplish the same thing by taking my phone out of my pocket and saying to my phone, hey, get me home. So I don't know if I would pay that much money for just another accessory when my phone does all of that for me.
Okay.
I think it could be really cool in like the healthcare field, like if you're trying to get someone like, okay, like here's your goal, like you need to do like an extra like 1,500 steps like every day, like they could see like how far they've gone, they could do, I don't know, just like a lot of tracking like their health stuff with that, and I think that would be a really cool thing.
Cool. Anyone else?
One thing that I always worry about, because kind of what I feel like is one of the consensuses at the table is like, I'm not very tech savvy, like if something happens with my laptop, I hand it to my roommate. And so like, I know with like, personally, like if something went wrong with one of these, I just would set it aside and like not try and fiddle with it and try and fix it.
Okay.
So it'd have to be very user friendly,
Okay.
like extremely.
Like simple and easy to use.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and maybe they are, but I.
Just
so
no.
I don't know.
What specific features of the product impressed you with the fitness branded smartwatches? Like, what do you really like about it, or stands out to you guys? This is for everyone.
I think it's just the convenience, really. I mean, like you put your phone on your charger and you leave the room,
Mhm.
You don't know if anyone texted you if you don't
Right.
have a watch on. You know, like that way
Yeah.
I can be like, oh, someone texted me, and I can go back to my phone. Like that's a really, to me, that's like the most convenient thing ever.
Okay.
So I don't have to have my phone right next to me to hear
Mhm.
it vibrate. I can just,
I'm assuming it does the same with like phone calls and stuff.
yeah, you can answer phone calls and stuff.
Is it like a speaker then?
Not this one. I think the LG one that does that. Maybe, but no, this one doesn't. You can answer it, but you still take your phone out and answer it.
Okay.
So
Oh.
it's still like I mean, if you had an earbud in your ear, then you can answer it and then just start talking,
Wow.
which would be kind of cool. So,
I mean, I know the Fitbit did the silent awake thing. That's pretty cool. I hate waking up to an alarm. So
I think that sleeping thing too is really cool. Like it'll tell you from the whole app. And I just think that's interesting.
Mhm. Does it wake you up easily, or do you like sometimes sleep through it?
I wake up to this like faster than like my phone alarm.
Okay. And is it
Mhm.
comfortable to sleep with?
Yeah. I mean, you have to get used to it. I usually don't wear anything on my wrist, but
Okay.
I'm used to this. But it takes a while to like shut off the buzz, so you do wake up to it. Like not easy. It's not as easy as just like tapping snooze.
Right.
So it wakes me up.
Do you have any special features that you like about it, Jasmine?
Oh,
Both of you.
Um,
Either one.
I don't know. I'm not a technology person. Like, I don't even really like technology. Like, I don't think I would ever be. I guess I'm kind of like the odd one out in the group. I don't really like technology at all. So I don't think I would ever. Because it's like, especially if it's user friendly, like you were saying before, like maybe then I could possibly get used to it. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't really like technology.
Are there any special features that like stand out to you about like what they said, or anything that you think is like you're impressed with?
Nothing specifically. It's just I think that these tools are at the earliest stages of
Mm-hmm.
their development, and maybe in a few years we'll see some like cool applications, cool
Right.
tools,
Like more advanced stuff.
more advanced. Yeah, these days they are more like in my perspective, they are more like very introductory, very.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to see what happens in the future.
So would you guys say like in the future, would you consider purchasing like one of these wearable tech if they had maybe more features or just were more, they've been in the market for a longer time?
Yeah, maybe. I usually, just wait until it comes out and see after it. I'm not the kind of person that something is kind of to the market, like directly go buy it.
Buy it.
Wait. Yeah.
Cool. Would you guys purchase it if it was in the market for longer?
I don't think I would. One, because I don't really like to wear things on my wrist, or like in general, I don't even really like to have my phone on me. So I don't know.
I think if it got to the point where it replaced my cell phone, I would. But other than that, I don't get to see that happening.
Okay. So like how likely are you guys to purchase it like in general as a whole? So you two know,
Not really.
not really.
I feel like I'd maybe purchase like the simpler one. Like I don't know. I don't think I'd want like my texts and my alerts like going to my wrist. Like I can see why that would be super convenient, but I just like don't feel the need to be that attached like all the time. Like I like kind of just putting it on and turning it off sometimes. But I think the simpler one I would probably get before like the more advanced one.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I would want one as like high tech as that. Like I don't think I could handle it. I think like just doing like the Fitbit, like with like the whole like health and like physical activity and everything, like I would consider that over anything else.
I think it would also have to deal with like societal norms, like as much as I hate to say that, like if everyone's getting one, like sometimes like that's just how it works. Like nowadays just about 99% of the population is a smartphone. And like when it first came out, I never thought I'd ever need that, and now I have one, so I think that plays a big part of it also.
Okay. And like what kind of qualities or factors do you think would be important, like what could kind of convince you to buy a wearable tech? Is there something that would like be like, wow, like I really want to buy that now because it has that?
I think like Dom said, you'd have to replace something.
Okay. So like a complete replacement for the phone?
Yeah, I think that just simplifies everything if it takes the place of it entirely.
Okay. So would you want that? Would you want something that's like a watch and it just takes over your phone, so you don't have something like that you can carry? So you would talk on your like wrist, like hi.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to do like secret agent style like that.
That's why I don't think it'll ever
Yeah.
replace the cell
No, I would
phones.
never want that.
Mhm.
Unless you start going headphones into it. And it'd have to be a bigger screen on your arm too.
Yeah.
It can't just be a small watch.
Yeah, because you can't like look on like, oh, what's that say? So do you guys have any suggestions on how you could improve wearable? Well, you guys talked about how it should be maybe like some simpler forms, be like more of a replacement. Is there anything else that you guys would think would be really cool features that could make it better?
Does that tell time, Katie?
No. There is like 2 or 3 different like brands of this one. Like there's one that's just like a little pedometer you can like clip on yourself, and then there's this one, and then there's one that like tells time and does a lot more things.
Yes, maybe if just like one like
It looks
that.
like an
a-
actual watch.
Yeah,
That's
like
the
if
only
it
thing I
tells
wish
time.
this thing did.
Okay.
Just tell time.
Yeah, that sounds a
Because
lot
if it's
more
on your
interesting
wrist
to me.
anyways,
Yeah.
then.
I always think
Watch.
it does, but
Yeah.
like doesn't. So.
I'd say I think that just, I don't know, more developed, honestly. I mean, like, there's not a lot of apps. I mean, well, Tinder has an app where you can swipe left, actually. Yeah, but it
Wow.
doesn't work on the Moto 360 currently, and it's kind of annoying.
Oh no!
But, I mean, if there was like a front-facing camera and you could take a Snapchat, like, you know, wrap it around your wrist, it'd be kind of cool.
Okay.
You know, I mean, like there's not a lot of apps, there's not a lot of games.
Okay.
Right now, it's just notifications.
Very
Once,
basic.
I bet when developers get creative with apps, there might be a lot of stuff that you can do versus, you know, using your phone.
Okay. Would you guys like it if it had a camera on it?
Could be creepy though.
Yeah.
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 I think the first Samsung watch had one on the side, so you could snap pictures straight at.
Okay.
And to me, I was like, okay, that's a little pointless, but
That's
like a front-facing one would be less creepy and more useful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was there anything that would like convince you to buy wearable tech now? Right on?
I think that if something comes up, I should feel the need to buy it. You know, I wouldn't buy something unless I feel the need that
Okay.
I really need.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if-
But this time I don't think that I need
Right.
to watch like that.
Do you guys think if more people started using it, you would feel more inclined to purchase it as well?
As long as it remains an accessory, probably not.
Okay.
Yeah. No, not really.
Okay. Cool. Well, thank you everyone again for taking the time to be with us today. It is greatly appreciated. Feel free to contact me or my colleagues with any questions you have other than the wonderful rest of your nights.